I want to talk about something that might hit a little close to home. What is it that actually keeps us from feeling truly free? I don't mean freedom in the way most people talk about it. I mean that I'm talking about that deep inner feeling of just being at home in yourself. Like you can breathe fully, like nothing's holding you back. But for so many of us, something is holding us back, right? Like there's a block to the kind of freedom that we know we can have, but we don't know how to access it. And the tricky part is it's not always obvious. Sometimes it's not even something we consciously believe. It's just kind of there, subtly woven into the way we move through life. Now, if you've ever felt like you're stuck, like there's something keeping you from the life that you know you're capable of, you're not crazy. You're not broken. You've just been carrying some things that aren't seen. So I want to help you see it, to see them actually, because there's 4 of them, and I want to share them with you. Number 1 is the belief that you are somehow fundamentally flawed. I don't know if this has ever happened to you, but have you ever had a moment where something good is happening in your life, maybe a new opportunity, maybe someone loves you in a way that feels too good to be true, and instead of being excited, you feel uneasy? Like there's this quiet voice in the background that's whispering, "Are you sure you deserve this? What if they find out who you really are? Maybe you're just lucky. This probably isn't going to last," right? That voice, it comes from that deep, buried belief that something's wrong with you. Not in a surface level, I made a mistake kind of way, but in a deep core, I am the mistake kind of way. And it's a lie. But the thing is, this belief doesn't just whisper in the background, it shapes the way you move through life. It makes you sabotage things before they get too good. It makes you hold back from opportunities because deep down you think you're going to fail. And it keeps you feeling like an imposter, even when you've worked for and earned every good thing you have in your life. But here's what I want you to hear right now. You were never broken. That feeling, the story, it was handed to you by experiences, by people, by a world that sometimes convinces us we have to prove our worth instead of just being worthy. But imagine this for a second. What if you were never broken? What if nothing about you ever needed fixing? What if every single thing you thought was a flaw was just a misunderstanding? I know, it's a radical thought, but just sit with it for a second. Because when you start seeing yourself as whole, you stop doing things to compensate for being incomplete. Okay, number 2. The belief that if I succeed, I'm going to somehow be cut off from the relationships that matter the most. This one's kind of sneaky because it comes disguised as love. If you've ever considered reaching for this expanded life and you felt hesitation like, if I grow too much, am I going to lose the people that I love? Then you know exactly what I'm talking about. It's that little voice that says, if I become too successful, will my family still relate to me? If I set boundaries, are people going to think I'm selfish? If I heal, will I still belong? Listen, I get it. When you love people deeply, you don't want to outgrow them. You don't want to create distance. But can I tell you something? Your growth does not betray anyone. Because real love, deep, radical love, wants expansion. It wants wholeness. And yeah, sometimes when you grow, it shifts the dynamics in your life. But what if that shift wasn't loss? What if it was invitation? What if your healing was the very thing that gave the people you love permission to heal too? Because you don't leave people behind by growing. You leave them behind by staying small when you are meant to expand. Number 3, belief that success is going to create more burden. You ever felt like the more you step into your power, the heavier life is going to get? Like, if you make more money, you're going to have more responsibilities. If you become truly seen, you're going to have to hold up some impossible standard. If you actually let yourself be free, it can't possibly be sustained. That fear is real. And I think for a lot of us, it comes from this belief that Struggle is normal. If we want more of anything good, it's going to take more work, more effort. Like it'll add more strain to an already strained life. It's the belief that if life isn't hard, we must be missing something. But what if success, what if ease, what if healing wasn't something that burdens you, but something that lifts you? What if stepping fully into yourself didn't mean more weight, but less? Wouldn't that be something? Number 4, fear of outshining others. This one kind of hits deep, especially if you've ever been told you're too much, too loud, too passionate, too different, too something. Somewhere along the way, you learned that shining too brightly made other people uncomfortable. And because you care about people, because you don't want to make anyone feel small, you dimmed your light. But can I tell you something? Your light was never meant to be dimmed. Your light doesn't take anything away from anyone. In fact, the exact opposite is true. When you step into who you really are, when you let yourself be seen, when you let your brilliance take up space, you give other people the permission to do the same. And if someone isn't ready for that, that's okay. Your job isn't to make yourself smaller for them. Your job is to keep shining so that when they are ready, they'll know where to find the light. So what do you do with this? Understanding what's been holding you back is the first step, but knowing that they exist isn't enough. Because these beliefs, these fears, they don't just live in your mind. They live in your body. They're here because of the emotional charge that's left over from the adverse experiences you've been through. And the way you move through them, the way you actually release them, it's not done by more thinking or analyzing. It's by being with them. With presence, breath, movement, and sound, you can find where these blocks are in your body and allow them to move through you instead of keeping them buried inside. You stop living from old fear and you step into something completely new. So, if you're curious, if you're feeling that pull, that knowing that there's something here for you, I can help. Click that link below, book a call with me. Let's explore together. I'll talk to you soon.